So all these three karbanos, okay, have to be brought as males and not females. What happens if someone is makdish a female for either an ayla or a pesach or an asham? I said Temurah. If he does the hamara from this animal onto another animal, it does Temurah and it's kodesh. Reb Shimon Aimer, Lailasai I said Temurah, lepischa le'ashamai and I said Temurah. The ayla does become Temurah, but Pesach and Asham do not become Temurah. Why? The only kind of a carbon that could do Temurah is a carbon that's Kaddish Kedusha Saguf. And what happens to a carbon that's Kaddish Kedusha Saguf if it's left over or there's a whatever other problem? So it's royally start, meaning we leave it to graze and get a mum. Therefore, an ayla, okay, we know that an ayla could come as female if it's a bird. Is mimela, it could have a shame of kedusha saguf. Is mimela, it's royally start, it has to be grazed. Is mimela, it also does Temurah, but Pesach and Asham, that it itself has no kind of a case of a female. There's no kedusha saguf, so it cannot do Temurah according to Rabbi Shimon. Omar Rabbi. And ani roye dvar shel Rabbi Shimon bePesach. Hay lo ma'aseh Pesach korav shlamim.
Works.
So says Rabbi, no, by Pesach I disagree with Rabbi Shimon. Why? Because what happens with the leftovers of a korban Pesach after Pesach? It becomes a shlamim. Therefore, it could be a female in theory, right? A shlamim could be female. Is mimela, there is some kind of a name of a female. So therefore, there is a name of a shlamim on this Pesach. As mimela, he could do Temurah. Says the Gemara, why does Rabbi disagree with Rabbi Shimon only about Pesach? What about an Asham? The din is with the Asham if there's leftovers, meaning he has one, he loses it. He brings another one, and then he finds the first one, he uses whichever one he wants. Once he uses one of those, that leftover is karev as an ayla. Is mimela if it's karev as an ayla? In ayla we know that there's ayla saif that's a female. So why doesn't this asham do Temurah? Says the Gemara, no. Rabbi Saba lo kerabona. The Amrei moisora is lenin vas tzibur azlei ve'ein Temurah betzibur. Now Rabbi holds that the leftovers of the asham don't go as a private korban. They go into the basket of the leftovers of the tzibur, and from there it's brought as an ayla. But it's not a private ayla. If it's not a private ayla, it's a tzibur. Is mimela, it cannot be a Temurah because we know that there's no din of Temurah by tzibur. So that's why Rabbi disagrees with Rabbi Shimon only about Pesach and not about Asham. So the Gemara now is trying to understand what's the reason of Rabbi Shimon that only by an ayla, if it's a female, he could do Temurah. Because what do we think? Haynu tamed Rabbi Shimon gabe mafresh nekeva lo ilasoi mishum hachi yoseh Temurah da'ika shem ayla alei gabe ayla soif. What do we just say? What's the reason that by an ayla you could do Temurah? Because by an ayla there is some kind of a case that it is called, it could be brought as a female if it's a bird. Says the Gemara, Elamata. We have a few cases where there's a similar carbon that could be either male or female. Elamata b'kohen gadol sheifris para leporoi tikdosh da'ika paras chatos. A kohen gadol brings on Yom Kippurim a carbon chatos, a par, a bull. Okay, so says the Gemara, what happens if the Kohen Gadol is makdish a cow, a female? We know that is a paras chatas. A paras chatas, a paraduma, okay, is a female. So there is some kind of a name like that of a female. So it should be kadosh. Says the Gemara, no, paras chatas koche bedek habayis, he koche bedek habayis lo yavdei Temurah. No, a paras chatas is not brought onto the mizbeach. It has a kedusha of kedushas bedek habayis and not of kedusha saguf. Is mimela, there's no Temurah by kodesh bedek habayis, so there's no such case of a chatas that's a female.
So a paraduma is just
it's kodesh bedek habayis. It's not brought. Yeah, we've seen this a few times in Shas. Okay. Yochid, next case. A yachid, okay, that has to bring a chatos. If he wants to bring a se'ira or sa'ir, he has to bring a female. So yachid she'ifris sa'ir l'se'ira sa'ir tikdash. If a yachid is makdish a male sa'ir, it should be kaddish. Why? In what case do we have a male sa'ir? Da'ika sa'ir nasi. A nasi that is chayte, he has to bring a chatas. He has to bring only a male, or the other way around. Inami nasi she'ifris se'ira l'se'ira tikdash. Da'yachid mafresh se'ira. The same way, reverse. So a nasi brings a male, but a yachid brings a female. As mimela, there is such a name of a male and a female by a sire, so it should be kaddish even if he makes a mistake, and he does the other way around. Says the Gemara, Hane trei gufei ninhu. No, by a yachid and a nasi, we're talking about two different people. So by that single person, there's no such case of a male and a female. But by Oila, okay, a single person could bring an Oila Saif. So there is a din of an Akeva. I know what you're going to ask, the Gemara is going to ask it. Okay, says the Gemara, Chatu Achelei Nismanu. What happens this? This Nasi or Kohen Gadol, before they get the job, okay? If this Nasi was Chayta before he became Nasi, he has to bring a female, okay? Once he becomes Nasi, he has to bring a male. So, Choto Achelei Nismanu ki mafrish sa'ir l'se'ira sa'ir tikdush deha ilu Choto hashta basar de'ismane ba'asuye sa'iru. If he is Chayten now, once he became Nasi, he has to bring a male. Is mimela, if he brings now for the carbon from before he was Nasi, it should also be okay. So the Gemara, halei chata. Bottom line is, he wasn't Chayte yet. Or not yet. He wasn't Chayte. So if he wasn't Chayte, okay, so he's not Chayav, lo Chayav b'soir. He's not Chayav b'soir. So there's no Chiyuv. If there's no Chiyuv, in such a case, there's no male and female. So the Gemara Yehachi Hachanami. If that's the case, the same thing by an Oila. Someone is mafresh an Akeva as an Oila. Why do we say he could bring an Oila Saif? Halav Oila Saif, come I said. The bottom line, he's bringing an animal. He's not bringing a bird. So why is there a name of a female by an Oila? Says the Gemara, no. Rabbi Shimon in Savalaka Blazo ben Azariah Ditnan. If someone says, I should bring an oila, what's the minimum he could bring? Says Tanakama Yavi Keves. The minimum he should bring is a keves. That's the smallest animal to bring as an oila. He says, no, even an usher, that Medina does not have to bring a bird, he has to bring an animal. If he wants, he could still bring as an adava for an oila, he could bring a bird. Is mimela, if he could bring a bird, we have a name of a female, so if he's makdish an animal, female, also there is a name of a kedusha, as mimela, it could do Temurah. Nanasam. Hamakdish nechosav. Someone is makdish, all his property, all his belongings, just stam. Okay? So if someone's makdish stam, everything goes to Bedek Habayis. But, he has animals that are without a mum, and they are fit to be brought onto the mizbeach. He has males and females. What do we do with them? Says Rab Lazar, they're kadosh kedusha saguf, but he himself should not be makriv them. He has to sell them to someone who wants to bring a carbon. Either by a male, he brings someone needs to bring oila. By a female, someone that needs to bring a shlomim. And the money, the value of what he sold, goes to Bedek Habayis. Rabbi Shua says no. The males themselves should be actually brought as an oila for this guy who was makdish all his nechasim. Nekevos, Says Rabbi Yeshua, Yimachru l'tzorchei shlomim v'yavi b'dmeim oilos u'sha'al nechasim yiplu l'bedek habayis. Says Rabbi Yeshua, when a person is magdish stam, he's magdish for an oila. If he's magdish for an oila, these females cannot be brought as an oila. So what do? We sell them. With the money, we bring oila. Okay, and the rest of the money, all the other things go to bedek habayis like kedushas damim regular. Amar Rabbi Bar Abba Rabbi Yochanan Rabbi Yeshua Damaz Chol Matzman Nikrivu Oilos Unekevois Heichi Nekevois Heichi Makavon Shlomim Hamikar Kedusha Dechuya Ka'asam. Says Rabbi Yeshua, when you makdish, it says Rabbi Bar Abba, according to Rabbi Yeshua, that says that when you makdish stam, you makdish for an oila. These females, when you makdish it, you makdish it for an oila. How could you now sell it and bring it as a shlomim? It's a kedusha dechuya, right? It was pushed away, so you can't bring it anymore as a karban. Lishna achrina, we haven't had this for a few daf. Amar Rabbi Bar Rabbi Yochanan, midika Amar Rabbi Yeshua zchol matzman nikruvu oilos lemeim rad kedusha saguf akdeshinu. Yachine kebas amayim machu l'sachar shlomim. Ba'ya re'iyah. Because it's kedusha saguf, it's an oila. A female cannot be brought as an oila. Finished. It has to be left aside to graze and get a mum. You can't be magrivet anymore. Amalei, no. Rabbi Yeshua sabar like Rabbi Shimon. Rabbi Yeshua holds like Rabbi Shimon de'oma. Kol midei de lo ychazele legufei lo nachta le kedusha saguf. No. We saw this. If you magdish something, okay, that is not, it itself cannot be brought as that specific korban, does not get kedusha saguf. It's mimela. When he's magdish these nekevas, these females, he's not magdish it for an oila because it cannot be brought as an oila. Is mimela doesn't get kedusha saguf. Is mimela you could bring it, you could sell it and bring it as kedusha, as you could bring it as shlomim.
The case was that he was makdish. He wasn't makdish anything for the mizbeach. He said everything of mine is hektish, bedek habayis.
That's right. So, no, not bedek habayis. Everything he's makdish stam. So we say something that could be brought from mizbeach is kodesh for mizbeach. We explain his words by saying he's makdish something that's good. That's right.
If there's nekevas,
it can be brought. That's right.
Because we're saying
it can be brought.
He meant oilers.
That's right. Because stam is oila. Star korban is an oila. Because all the others are chiyuvim. Okay. Ditnan, where do we know this? Rab Shimon Omer, Timacher shlei bimum. We learned in our Mishnah, if someone is mafresh a female for an asham, right? And we know that an asham could only be male. So if he's mafresh a female, you don't even have to wait for it to get a mum. You could sell it. Why? What's the reason? So therefore, Rabbi Yeshua says the same thing over here. Says the Gemara, no. An asham has no such case of a female. There's no such case in the world. But by an oila that we know that there's a female oila by a bird, so there is such a case of an oila that's a female. Rabbi Shimon would be maideh that there is a kedusha saguf. So therefore, Rabbi Yeshua cannot hold like Rabbi Shimon that it's not kedusha saguf because Rabbi Shimon says that it is. Even more than that, Hashamina Rabbi Shimon, we know. Right? What does Rabbi Shimon hold? By an oila, if someone is magdish a female oila, it could do temurah. Why? Because it does get a kedusha saguf because we have oila as a female by a bird. Rabbi Shua. Sorry, Rabbi Shua. He holds like the other Tana that explains Rabbi Shimon. The Tanya Rabbi Shimon ben Yudah Imam Mishum Rabbi Shimon. He doesn't do a temurah because it itself is not, can't be brought to mizbeach. It's mimela. There's no kedusha saguf.